Hello, everyone, and welcome to ATS 1190, Acting Theory and Practice 2. So, to those of you who are new to this unit, you just joined us for this semester, welcome. My name is Professor Jane Montgomery Griffiths, but please call me Jane. I'm the coordinator of this unit, and I shall be taking, I think, pretty much all of the weeks of this coming semester. So, I'll get to know you very well, and I'm looking forward to that. To those of you who are rejoining us from ATS 1189, hello again. I'm so glad you're with us, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better over the course of this semester. So, a few things to say before we get cracking onto what this semester is actually going to be like. First thing, of course, is COVID. Now, we were all hoping that we'd be back on campus for semester 2. It's not going to happen. There might be the possibility of us having some personal sessions on alternate weeks, but in CTP, that's the Centre for Theatre and Performance, we have made a decision that the best way we can offer you the most beneficial and the best experience with our units is to offer them initially 100% online. Now, some of you will know from last semester, I was a complete skeptic about how you could teach acting online. To me, acting is all about the magnanimity of sharing the space, of sharing the narrative of the play, of letting the energy of different performers come together and to move across to the audience. And I didn't think it was possible to teach that via Zoom. Well, I was wrong, I have to say, because across the board, with all the units that CTP offered last semester, across the board, the standard of work and the standard of education has been absolutely phenomenal. I have been blown away by how you, our students, have adapted yourselves to the difficulty of teaching online and some of the extraordinary work that you have come up with. And I can honestly say that the quality of some of the work that you guys did in semester 1, in terms of working on your speeches, working on your Shakespeare, it was infinitely deeper, more settled, more centered, and more embodied than many of the years that I have taught face-to-face in the drama theatre. So, this semester then, I have been working out how I can put across to you what I think would be great for you to learn in the second semester of acting, or for those of you just joining us, your first semester of acting, via Zoom, and I think we are going to have a pretty good time. I think I've managed to put together a way of looking at theatre, of performance, and also acting in its technical and also its spiritual sense that is going to be really fulfilling, even though we might not get to meet each other in person. So, the entire course is based around online delivery. Having said that, if something remarkable happens and we are able to meet again in person on campus in the drama theatre later in the semester, I will make sure that everything is adapted so that we're able to cross over the media from online to in-person delivery. And for those of you who are enrolled in this unit, but you will still be interstate or international students, I can promise you that there will still be online delivery so that you don't feel that you're at all missing out if we are combining online and on-campus learning. But in terms of, what should we say, making sure that the unit is as accessible, as understandable, and as fulfilling as possible, we have decided to assume that the entire delivery will be online. So, how is this going to happen? Well, we are still keeping the same tutorial times that you'll find on your Allocate timetable. There will also be an additional time in the evening on Tuesdays at 6 to 7, no, hang on, 6 to 8 on Tuesdays, which will be available if we do combine on-campus learning. So that means that nobody is going to be left out. So please check your Allocate timetables, sign up to a group that suits you, and I will make sure that we're all able to join together over the timetabled week so that we can explore acting in all of its frustrations, concerns, and glory. This semester then, I'm going to be asking quite a bit of you, actually. Some people do an acting course because they think it's going to be easy. They think it's a simple option. Well, that is not true. What an acting course does, and this acting course in particular, what it does is to provide you with something different from your normal units. This is a unit in which we all care very much about each other, where you will get to know each other, albeit via Zoom, in a much more comprehensive way, a much more connected way than you might in other units. So that is something to embrace. But having said that, acting is difficult. It takes a huge amount of dedication and discipline and hard work for you actually to be able to cut the mustard. So this semester, we are upping the ante a bit. Now, there are going to be 3 different components of assessment in this semester, and it's important that you think of these together as a composite piece so that you are able to get an overview of what I'm looking for from you and what you can expect from me. Many of you will remember that last semester I told you how useful it is to watch bad acting, to show you what the bad habits are that you need to avoid. Well, this semester I want us to be a bit more optimistic, and I want you to look at good acting. So every week I am going to ask you to watch a play on digital theatre online and then participate in an open forum, which will be available for a week, with each other to discuss what you liked, what you didn't like, to talk about those amazing moments when this actor did this incredible thing, or that actor tried to do this, but it just didn't work. So you get into the habit of watching good practice, slightly mediocre practice, in some cases really bad practice, analysing it and discussing it with each other on a forum. Because the best way that you can learn about acting is to watch actors. Now, obviously, you all watch TV, you probably all binge on Netflix. Well, that's great. You can learn a lot of acting about acting from watching that. But there is something specifically about watching theatrical performances which will teach you techniques and which will hopefully inspire you. When I was your age and before, I was lucky enough to live outside London. And the university I went to was within a train ride, a 2-hour train ride of London. Virtually every weekend, I would be at the National Theatre or the Royal Shakespeare Company or the West End or fringe companies watching plays. And this is a crucial part of your education. So that's the first thing that you'll do. And then part of that as your assessment will be to analyse a performance. Now, all the details for this are on the assessment tab on Moodle. So don't worry, you can read about this in more detail. But it's just wanting to flag up that watching performances is going to be an integral part of the teaching and pedagogy and the learning for you of this unit. Then we're going to start to work much more on scene work so that you will be working together with colleagues, again via Zoom, in Zoom breakout rooms, on scenes, on characterization. You're actually going to get your teeth around some acting together. There are 2 assessment points for that, which you'll see on the assessment page. Now, I'm going to do another video specifically about the assessment, so don't worry about that for now. Over the course of the semester, I want us to look at 3 elements in particular. Now, the first is about building your characterization. If you were with us last semester, we, of course, dipped our toes into this, talking about Stanislavski. But in the first part of this unit, we're going to go much more deeply into how you can create and also embody a character who is not yourself. And we're going to be doing that by looking initially at the work of a practitioner called Mike Leigh. Now, you'll probably know Mike Leigh more as a film director, but he was an incredibly influential theatre director who helped his actors get into their characters through improvisation. So we'll be looking at that for a few weeks and see how those techniques can be utilised when you are not just improvising, but you are looking at a pre-existing text. The second area that we will then deal with is physical embodiment. Now, I have no pretensions to think that doing Zoom in your bedroom means that you're going to be able to learn about physical theatre. It just ain't going to happen. But we can do a lot of really, really beneficial work in helping you place your character through your body, through your physicality. And then the final thing we'll look at this semester is improvisation. Improvisation tends to make people blanch with fear. Now, I've been a professional actor as well as an academic, but a professional actor for 30 years. My first professional gig was when I was 20 years old. I didn't do any improvisation in my career at all until I was 42, and it absolutely terrified me. Because everything I had thought improvisation was up to that point was basically trying to be clever, trying to be funny, and trying to be quick-witted. If you've done improvisation at school, chances are it was with a drama teacher who basically, I don't mean this to sound sexist, but allowed the 16-year-old boys in your drama class to try to be funny. That seems to be the common denominator. And if you went to a girls' school, it was probably, what should you say, a little less overt in its Monty Python-esque humor, but it was all about trying to be clever. Well, you know what? That has got nothing to do with improvisation. When approached properly, improvisation is the most amazingly liberating, wonderful thing, because it teaches you to say yes. Yes to the moment. To come into the space, the void of not knowing, with courage and with magnanimity and with openness and with vulnerability. And all of those facets come together to help you as an actor basically play. Don't forget, we as actors, we do plays. There's a reason it's called playing. And you guys need to learn more than anything else that acting is about generosity and play. So those are the three elements we'll look at: building a character from the inside out, building a character from your physicality in, and looking at what is a way of synthesizing these through improvisation. Through the course of the semester, I will be doing videos to help you understand some of the exercises. I'll be perfectly honest, at the moment I'm waiting for the delivery of a camcorder that I've ordered so that I can actually shoot my entire body, as I can't do any of these physical exercises on my laptop camera. You'll only see my face or my toes. But when that comes through, week by week, I will be doing videos so that you can understand physically some of the exercises I'm talking to you about through a pre-recorded video lecture. However, for now, I want you to check out the resources tab on the Moodle site. There you will see that I've started to put up videos of vocal warm-ups, of physical warm-ups, and please also check out the short videos that at various stages I post. So there's one from a woman called Uta Hagen, which I've posted up. It's a 3-hour video, so be selective. But watch that, because by watching these videos from some of the best acting teachers in the world, you will learn so much. There's not one thing in that video from Uta Hagen that I disagree with. Everything she says completely exemplifies, completely mirrors my feelings about acting. So of course I want you to watch it. I learned a huge amount when I was younger by reading Uta Hagen's books. So the video for me is like touching base with my home, my theatrical home. And if you think to yourself, okay, I am supposed to spend 10 hours outside my tutorial times in working on this unit, then you'll see that spending 3 hours watching Uta Hagen or 2.5 hours watching a digital theatre online performance isn't that much to ask. But you have got to dedicate yourself. Because if you don't do the warm-ups or the exercises that I ask you to do, if you don't read the plays that you'll be performing in, if you don't watch the videos that I post, then basically you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're not going to be having the experience that hopefully will be enriching for you through the course of this unit. Final thing to say is I'm here for you. I'm here both as your teacher, but as also pastoral care from the Centre for Theatre and Performance. Please feel free to email me if you have any concerns or problems. Now, I do get an awful lot of emails in my inbox, and some of them go straight to spam and some of them go to the bin and stuff like that. So if you don't get a reply from me within 48 hours working hours, please contact me again. When I say working hours, that means don't write to me at 5 o'clock on a Friday and expect an email at 9 o'clock on a Monday. You know, hopefully you'll get one sometime on the Monday, but it might be the Tuesday. But if 48 hours of working time has gone past and you haven't heard from me, do please contact me again. It's not that I don't care. It's just that somewhere in the morass of my inbox, I have missed your email. So welcome again. It's so great to see you and to have you. I'm so looking forward to working with you in this class. Until we meet, take care of yourselves, and please do make sure that you read each week the instructions that I've put down so that we can get the best possible outcome from this unit. Okay, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.